Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel today. Now, some of my followers on Facebook, other channels, some of Zeus and Phoebe's followers know that I've been suffering from a sinus infection since December of 2012. This has been over a month that I was suffering through this, and I spent hundreds of dollars on literally on all types of homeopathic and natural remedies that usually work in the past. And they did work when I had the sinus infection in December, but it came back again because of the inversion layer, which is smog. The cold air in the valley here holds the smog down, and this is gross. This is like dark brown. I'm hacking, I'm coughing, and it just got worse and worse. And I got a fever, I got an infection. It got to the point where I had to go to an ENT, an ear, nose, throat doctor, and pay him hundreds of dollars and get a prescription. What he did prescribe to me, well, actually, it wasn't a prescription, but I paid for it, $10, was this Neil Medical. It's a sinus rinse recommended by this doctor. It's world famous, and I tried it, and it has pharmaceutical grade, USP grade, purity level 99% or higher of sodium chlorine and sodium bicarbonate mixture, pH balanced. So this is supposed to be really good. It comes highly recommended. I tried this. It did clean out my nasal cavities here, but it didn't get rid of the infection. So I called him up and I begged him for a prescription. He gave me antibiotics, which knocked it down. It didn't get rid of it. I still had the cough and I still had the mucus drip, but it got rid of everything else. But it knocked down my immune system. I started having other problems when, pasty mouth because it killed all the good bacteria in my gut. So with this cough, I was wondering, I almost got a cough prescription from him. Something, I don't know what it was, something really bad. But I went to my local health food store, Good Earth in Orem, and there's a woman that works there that always has really good advice. And I asked her, and I told her, I talked to her before, but I was describing different symptoms. So this time, I said, all I have left is the cough, and all the mucus is dripping. And she told me, it's a fungus up here, which it could be fungus or it could be yeast overgrowth, candida, which mostly everyone has. They just don't know what it is. They don't recognize the symptoms. So she said the fungus is causing the mucus. It drips down the back of your throat, causes you to cough. And I was up for 36 hours because I was coughing every minute, literally. I had to go to work and I was coughing. That's when I got the prescription from the doctor for the antibiotics. But it didn't get rid of my cough. So she recommended an awesome product. Let me get it here and show it to you. And if this didn't work for me, I wouldn't be doing this video because I know there's a lot of people suffering. I see people at work suffering. This is Sinus Care. It's made by an Orem company. I think they moved to American Fork. It's Xlear, XLEAR.com. And it's a Sinus Care solution packet. This is the refill packet. I already had the bottle from the Neil Med, so I used the bottle from Neil Med. Cost me $10 for that. This cost me $8.45 with tax. But the difference is that I think they both have basically the same ingredients. Well, no, this has Celtic sea salt and then the sodium bicarbonate, which that has sodium bicarbonate, the Neil Med. But this has xylitol, which is a natural sweetener. And she told me this will kill off the fungus. So I thought I'd give it a try. And guess what? It worked like a charm. The very first time I did it, I shot this up my nose, the cough went away. I still had the mucus drip, but then I went out and shoveled some snow because I felt so great I could breathe. And the cough came back before I went to bed. Got up, did it again. That was twice in one day, went away. It's been a week now. I did it, today is Sunday, and I did it a week ago Friday. So what, 8-9 days, 10 days. So it's finally getting better, but every day a little bit better, a little bit better. I just kept doing it. And let me show you how I did it, and this has gotten rid of everything. I feel like I still have a little bit up here somewhere, a little bit of mucus somewhere, but before it was coming down the back of my throat and it was like stopping it, like vapor locking. It was clogging up the drain here into the back of your throat, and I couldn't breathe, and it kept waking me up. And the cough was gone right away. 2 days it was totally gone, never came back. I think the first day probably, but this mucus drip took a while. And I'm just going to keep using it and keep using it. Let me show you how it works, okay? I'm sure you know how it works. I'm going to show you how I do it just in case some people have questions. So first of all, I'm going to use spring water. Don't use tap water. It will irritate your nasal cavities. It has all the chemicals, minerals, everything in it. You want to use purified water, distilled water, or you can use spring water. And so I'm just going to fill this up a little bit, up to this mark right here. And I've been warming this up in the sink, and so that's why the ink's coming off here. Because it does work better to use warm water. If you have to use tap water, you need to purify it by boiling it. You can boil your tap water on the stove. I wouldn't recommend microwaving it. That destroys the water molecules. So if you have to use tap water, boil it, let it cool down, put your fingers in it, make sure it's down to temperature. So here's the X-Layer Sinus Cleanse Formula. It comes in a bunch of little packets. There's 20 of them, I think, in here. Got 20. So I got the water in there. You tear this open. You just put it in there. Gotta make sure you get it all in there. Put the cap on. Hold my finger over to mix it up. Now normally I'd put it in the sink and warm it up, but I'm just gonna do this at room temperature today. It's not bad. All right, all you do now is you make sure you shake up the bottle and you just squeeze it. See how some comes out? That's all you do. Now watch, you just go like this, stick it up here and squeeze it. And there it is. You gotta get a towel here to clean up the spray. And then let's do the other side. Just stick it back up there and squeeze. That's all you do. And then after that, you wipe down your sink. Sanitize everything. And you can also get it to go down your mouth to rinse these tubes. Let's see if I can do it for you. Well, it did it a little bit. Not much. I can do it. It's just hard to do it sometimes. I got a little bit left. I don't know if it's enough. Nope. Sometimes you can get it go down there. You got to do it without swallowing. So just make sure to hold your breath and don't breathe. And that's how you do it. Now this is a simple and easy way that I have cured my sinus problems. Now using the X-Layer Sinus Care, and I'm really thankful that I found that and that employee at Good Earth was knowledgeable on that. With that being said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health professional. This is just for me. It's educational for me that I want to share with you. The FDA has not approved any of this. It's not intended to treat, cure, diagnose any disease. But I want you to know it worked for me. Coughing, that coughing every few minutes, gone. The mucus, gone in a few days. Where this would get clogged up and I couldn't breathe, it kept waking me up because I'm trying to breathe through my nose at night. Cured. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and like our videos and channel. Thank you very much.